Thank you very much. Thank you. 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 Thank you, sir. Thank you. So you guys know tonight is Monday Night Football, right?
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call our regular board meeting to order at 6:35 p.m. We're located in the Village Chambers, 2350 South 25th Avenue. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Abraham.
Here.
Trustee Chamalave is absent. Trustee Senior.
Here.
Mayor Thompson.
Here.
Trustee Shelby.
Here.
Trustee Wimper.
Here.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, we do have a quorum this evening. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands for one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now read the Pledge of Civility. In the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community, and understanding that we each may have different ideas for achieving that objective. Now I will ask for a moment of silence. Thank you. Item 2, presentations. Our first presentation this evening is Pastor Leandre Hill with Purposed Church.
Good evening. My name is Pastor Leandre Hill with Purpose Church, Leaundre, last name Hill. I am here for the purpose of strictly praying for our village, praying for our community, and praying for our country. And so if you will, please bow your heads and join me in a moment of prayer. Eternal God Almighty, we come tonight thanking you for the blessings of this village of Broadview, its mayor, its trustees, staff, and every resident who makes this village full of purpose and promise. Lord, we are asking for your presence on tonight, that you will guide every decision, every thought, every action that reflects justice, compassion, and unity for all. God, remind us that leadership is not about power, but about service, and that we are called to collectively do a work that's right for your people, to love mercy, to do justice, and to walk humbly before all people. God, we lift up Mayor Katrina Thompson, her trustee board, her staff, every civic leader who carries the weight and the responsibilities of this village, this community, and this country. Amen. God, strengthen them with wisdom, that they may seek good for all people, regardless of all colors, class, or even citizenship. Father, we bring before you the tension and pain surrounding us. God, grant us peace in our community, peace for every family that has fear, justice where harm is done. God, let Broadview continue to be strong and be a place of safety, compassion, and dignity for all people who live here and who are made in your image. Now, God, cover every officer, every law enforcement, every official, every staff, every resident, and protect them, God. Replace fear with faith, division with unity, and any ounce of despair with hope. Lord, we thank you now for every opportunity to serve one another, to serve this community, to serve this country. God, that your word may abide in us, that your spirit may lead us, and that you may bless your people. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Hill and First Lady Hill, who are Broadview residents. Thank you. I appreciate you and I love you. All right, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam President. Next, our presentation is the Cook County President, Tony Preckwinkle.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I want to thank Mayor Thompson and the members of the Board of Trustees for allowing me to say a few words tonight. I've been joined by Alex Jovas, who's head of our Department of Emergency Management and Regional Security, Samiki Watkins from our Intergovernmental Affairs team, and Al Kindle from the Bureau of Administration. We know these are really difficult times. Across our country, people are feeling anxious and uncertain. Families are afraid of being separated. Neighbors are worried about what tomorrow might bring. And many are wondering whether their government still works for them. We've seen shutdowns that grind public services to a halt. We've seen federal agents sent into our cities as though our neighborhoods were battlefields. We've seen ICE raids rip families apart, sow fear and silence entire communities. This is a shameful time in American history. But here in Cook County, we will not stand by. We will stand up, we will continue to speak, and we will continue to act. When the federal government closes its doors, we stay open. When Washington turns people away, we welcome them. Because government should be a force for good, something people can trust and lean on, especially in uncertain times. I want to thank Mayor Thompson and the Board of Trustees for standing strong, for making tough decisions that protect your neighbors and lift up your communities. Broadview has shown what it means to lead with courage and compassion. You inspire, you care, you protect your neighbors. And Cook County stands with you. Through our Department of Emergency Management and Regional Security, we've partnered closely with Broadview, holding daily coordination calls, aligning on resources and support, and deploying Cook County-owned equipment to assist public safety operations here. We're in this together. We'll continue to support you. That's what partnership looks like. That's what community looks like. That's what the good work of local government looks like. Because this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. At the county level, we've taken steps to make our values clear. I recently signed an executive order that prohibits the use of county-owned property, resources, and personnel for civil immigration enforcement. ICE will not be allowed to use our spaces or our people to carry out raids or intimidate residents. Our county resources exist to serve our residents, not to harm them. You are showing here in Broadview that real leadership starts close to home with people who listen, who care, and refuse to turn their backs on one another. I'm here tonight not just to speak, but to listen. You know your community's best. Your families need to feel safe, secure, and supported. Earlier this evening, I met with Mayor Thompson to keep the dialogue open and continue working together to ensure every resident feels seen, heard, and valued. So thank you for your leadership, for your courage, and your heart. And thank you, Broadview, for reminding us that when we stand together, there's no challenge we cannot face. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. We're going to take a picture with the President before she leaves. I think she has another obligation.
Next on the item on the agenda is communications. We have none this evening. Item 4, consideration to approve the following minutes. Minutes from the September 15th, 2025 regular board meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Shelby, seconded by trustee Senior. Madam President, open for discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Trustee Senior, you have any questions or comments about the minutes?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk?
Roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave is absent. Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 4-0. Thank you all. Next item, 5, consideration to approve expenditures. Grand total of all funds, $318,532.02 for the period ending 10/15/2025.
Motion to approve. Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Abraham, seconded by trustee Senior. Madam President.
Thank you. Trustee Abraham, Finance Chairwoman, will you please read the warrant list from 10/15/2025?
Yes, Madam Mayor. This is the AP warrant list, 10/15/2025. Our first vendor is AT&T Long Distance. The amount is $3,378.26. Sebra Group, $161,636.14. Comcast Business, $5,157.09. Cook County Sheriff's Police Training Academy, $3,575. Delgado Law Group, LLC, in the amount of $15,996.50. Health Endeavors, SC, $3,660. Illinois Counties Risk Management Trust, $7,838.25. Conoco Minolta Premier Finance in the amount of $5,084. Mercury Systems Corp., $4,564.68. Millen Investments, LLC, in the amount of $6,200. Rush Truck Center, Chicago, $5,619.39. SBC Waste Solutions, $38,407.09. Station Automation Incorporated, $2,757.50. The Intelligence Group, LTD, $12,000. Tier Point, LLC, $2,636.87. Verizon Wireless, $3,868.62. Our total expenditures over 2,500 is $282,379.39. Our total expenditures is $318,532.02. Our percentage of total is 89%. We did have manual payments. Our first vendor is Jenny Donahue. Check date 10/8/25. Check number is 88824 in the amount of $1,390. Midwest 911 Incorporated. Check date 10/13/2025. Check number 88825 in the amount of $4,454. Pierre Banquets, date 9/30/2025. Check number 88747 in the amount of $2,011.80. The total manual payments is $7,855.80. We also had an electronic payment vendor to Chase credit card payments reflecting as of 9/29/2025 in the amount of $22,650.71. Our funds that will be affected, our first fund is the general fund in the amount of $115,120.69. Our garbage fund in the amount of $38,407.09. Our motor fuel tax fund in the amount of $1,782.41. Capital projects fund in the amount of $161,831.14. Water and sewage fund in the amount of $1,390.69 for a grand total of $318,532.02. That is the end of my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Abraham. Trustee Senior, you have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Thank you, Trustee Abraham.
No questions.
Trustee Wimper.
No questions.
Trustee Shelby.
No questions.
The record shows 649 for Trustee Miller. I don't know if you have any questions about the warrant list? Okay, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you for the record, Madam President. Roll call for the funds. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave is absent. Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby?
Yes.
Trustee Wimper?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Thank you all. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Next item, 6, application for the authority to expend funds. We have none. Item 7, village officer reports, which are given at each second meeting, starting with our building department, Commissioner David Upshaw.
Good evening, Mayor, residents, and everyone in attendance.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
The Village of Broadview Building Department report is on file for the month of October 2025. There's only 2 projects I'd like to add. One is Buddy Bear Car Wash located at 1901 Cermak Road. They are installing EV charging stations and solar panels, and the other one is Public Storage, 2040 South 25th Avenue. And they are going to do a nationwide program for solar panels on all their facilities. That concludes my report. I'll entertain any questions at this time.
Thank you. Trustee Senior, have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Trustee Miller?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next is the Finance Department, Finance Director Tom Hood.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
evening.
The finance report is on file with the mayor's and the clerk's office. I know you guys might not have had a chance, it's been a little busy this week, to look it over, but if you have any questions, just reach out to me this week and I will answer them for you. Upcoming, in the first or second week of November, our audit should be released. And shortly after that, we will be moving right into the next audit. And the other thing that I want to touch on tonight that's on the agenda is we did receive a CDBG grant, and we will be asking you to approve that tonight. It is for a project that I'll wait till we get to it, and I'll let Chris speak about it, but it is a good thing. It's going to pay roughly half of the project cost will be paid by the grant. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Director Hood. Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Trustee Miller?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Next is the Fire Department, Chief Matt Martin.
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Trustees, everyone in attendance.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The Fire Department report is on file with the Clerk's office and the Mayor's office. I just have 2 quick items to update on. The first one, our ambulance that we ordered in 2023 has been delivered.
Yes.
It is finally here. The 2026 Ford E450, we'll be working to get that in service sometime around mid-November. And the second item is just a large thank you to everyone that attended our FD open house on October 11th, to the Mayor, the Board of Trustees, everyone from the community that came out. I just want to say thank you on behalf of the Broadview Fire Department. It was a wonderful event. That's all I have at this time. I'll entertain any questions.
Thank you, Trustee Senior.
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
Yes, I'm so happy that I won the raffle. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm happy too.
Thank you.
Trustee Miller?
No.
Well, thank you for giving us that good news on the ambulance. It's needed.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we'll have the Police Department, Chief Thomas Mills.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, residents, everyone in attendance.
Good evening.
Our monthly report is on file in the clerk's office as well as the mayor's. Nothing to really expound on. We have a small increase in cost of service, 3.7% overall. Other than that, our department is still responding to all calls for service in light of everything else that's going on within the village. And I just want to say thank you to all of our residents and stakeholders, and everyone you all continue to show us great support. We receive deliveries to the department, water, goodies, things like that. And, it's just great letters have been written on behalf to support the police department first responders in light of all that's going on. So with that being said, I just want to thank everyone. I know everyone could not attend, but people who may be watching, you know, the gifts and the thank yous and the nice letters do not go unnoticed on behalf of the Broadview Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Mills. Trustee Senior, you have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes, I do have a comment. Just want to thank your department as well as the fire department for what you guys have been doing and handling lately and still answering calls to our community. So again, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
Yes, thank you for your service and just get home safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Trustee Miller?
No.
Thank you. So, Chief, I would like to say, and I tell you this every day, make sure that your team is safe, as well as the other law enforcement that's helping us during these times of uncertainty. You all are doing a great job for the Village of Broadview, and it's not just coming from me, but it's coming from the residents. And as you said, I get the same notifications from people around this country thanking the Village of Broadview for having the courage to stand during a situation like this. So just keep up the good work and be safe.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we'll have the Public Works Department, Director Matt Ames.
We got Foreman Glenn tonight.
I'm sorry, in his stead, we have Foreman Glenn with us today.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor and Board
Good
of
evening.
Trustees. I am filling in for Director Ames, who's out today. My name is Jeff Glenn, Foreman of Public Works. I believe our report has already been submitted to the clerk's office and the mayor's office. Any questions at this time?
Thank you, Foreman Glenn. Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions but a comment. Just thank you all for your timely response to one of the residents' concerns about some trash in the neighborhood. I saw you guys have responded about it and looking into it and to get it cleaned up, so thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Shelby?
And no questions.
Trustee Miller?
No.
So I will say on behalf of the Public Works Department, we say thank you to you all too, because you all been on the front lines with our police department and our fire department, so thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Next is the Administrative Department, Village Administrator Letisa Jones.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, and all those in attendance.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
My report is also on file with the mayor's office and also with the clerk's office. I have nothing to report. Does anyone have any questions?
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Trustee Miller?
No.
Thank you, Ms. Jones.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes department reports. Next is item 7, old business. We have none. Item 8, new business. Item A is a motion to establish a consent agenda to include the following items. I will read these items into record, and then we'll ask for a motion. Number 1, approval and affirmation of Village of Broadview Executive Order 2025-01, protest curfew hours. Item 2, approval and affirmation of the Village of Broadview Executive Order 2025-02, protest time and place. Item 3, a resolution authorizing and approving an agreement with Edwin Hancock Engineering Company for certain design and construction engineering services related to the 2026 CDBG roadway improvements project for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Item 4, a resolution authorizing and approving a certain agreement with Backflow Solutions, Inc., BSI Online, related to a backflow monitoring agreement for the village's water and sewer safety for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Item 5, an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 6, Section 1-6-5A, Rules of Order in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Item 6, an ordinance providing for the issue of not to exceed $1,215,000 taxable general obligation limited tax bonds, Series 2025 of the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois, and for the levy of a direct annual tax to pay the principal and interest on said bonds. Finally, item 7, consideration of an application for a business license requested by Prime Point Window Care, Inc., doing business as Fish Window Cleaning, Chicagoland, 3289, located at 1425 Roosevelt Road, to operate in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. I need a motion.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Shelby, seconded by trustee Abraham. Madam President, open for discussion.
Clerk, may I, it should be a motion to establish the consent agenda first, and then we do a motion to approve.
This is to establish.
Okay.
We run that roll
I think
call.
she said to approve and
No, I
establish.
said to establish.
No, this is
Okay.
to establish the consent agenda, trustee.
Okay.
So again, a motion by trustee Shelby, seconded by trustee Abraham. Madam President, open for discussion.
Thank you, trustee Senior. You have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Thank you, trustee Abraham.
No questions.
Trustee Wimper.
No questions.
Trustee Shelby.
No questions.
Trustee Miller.
So I'm okay with a consent agenda, but I just need confirmation that we can do a consent agenda when there's items with dollar amount values associated.
Yes,
But,
you can. You can, just as long as it's done via a roll call vote.
Okay,
So anything that expends funds needs to be done with a roll call vote.
okay. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Was that your end of your comment, trustee?
Yes.
Madam President, can we have a roll call?
Yes, please.
Okay, roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave is absent. Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
And this carries 5-0 to establish the consent agenda. Next, we'll have I'll ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
Motion to approve. Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Abraham. Madam President, again, open for discussion.
Thank you, trustee Senior. You have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham.
No questions.
Trustee Wimper.
No questions.
Trustee Shelby.
No questions.
Trustee Miller.
No.
Mr. Clerk.
Roll call, trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave is absent. Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Madam President, this carries 5-0 to approve all items in the consent agenda. Thank you all. Next, item C, motion to approve any items removed from the consent agenda. There were none, so we don't need to vote on this. And then next is item 9, Village Clerk's Report. I have nothing this evening. Moving us to item 10, public comments. I'm going to read the rules for the public comments in just about 1 second. Let me make sure I get the mayor. Okay, before we get started, note to speaker, the Village of Broadview encourages citizen input. Those wishing to address the village board under public comments must fill out the attached speaker request form and submit it to the village clerk prior to the start of the board meeting. The president will then call your name at the appropriate time. When addressing the village board, your remarks are limited to 3 minutes, please. When the president recognizes you, please state your name and address for the record and speak loudly. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated, Madam President.
Thank you. The only resident from Broadview, Connor Carrera. To the mic, please. Thank you.
How you guys doing?
Good.
My name is Connor Carrera. My family has lived in this community since 1973. I'm here to speak on their behalf as well as my own and to account for the things that I've seen in the past 3 days while visiting from Las Vegas, because that's where I reside right now. My granddad lives on the corner of 25th and Lexington, okay? I used to, as well, when I went to St. Joe's High School, my mom grew up, she went to Proviso East, you know. A lot of our family resided in this community and also went to high school and other middle schools as well. Most of the time, you know, when I would wake up, when I lived at my granddad's house in that short time, he would tell me, like, you know, go take a walk, stretch your legs and everything like that. I never argued. It was bliss and it was very peaceful. But this weekend when I returned on Friday, I noticed that something was different. I noticed that there were barricades in the town that I grew up, and that puzzled me. I asked myself, why? Are they to protect us, or are they to protect us from them? What I can tell you is that I was met by a beautiful group of people during this walk. And some of those people are in the crowd right now. A beautiful group of leaders. What I've seen in this past few days is a community of people from all over the country here to speak for those and that do not have a voice anymore, which means that they traveled hours, possibly up to at least what I've heard, 12, just to come to Broadview, just to speak, just to give people their type of, voice, because some people don't have voices anymore in that ICE facility, okay? During this weekend, I've witnessed the voice, and people are, literally, they don't have a voice anymore, okay, that are in that ICE facility. What I've witnessed is the force of batons, loud noises to deter people from protesting peacefully, unlawfully arresting people, and then letting them go after hours of interrogation. The Constitution does not stand for those things, okay? Our rights are continuously broken every single day. I will applaud the fact that our police department has been vocal and careful with us, but I cannot speak for the state
Mr.
nor
Connor,
the
your time is up. Thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
No, your time is up. We got to get through public comment.
Okay.
Thank you. Next is Michelle Navarez.
Hi, my name is Michelle Narvaez,
Hello.
but most people here know me by Marsa. I live in the village of Maywood, and I have been providing support to protesters protesting at the Broadview ICE facility pretty much every day for the last 4 weeks. I have seen as the situation has gone from ICE agents pepperballing protesters to state police who are supposed to be protecting us, tackling 80-year-old women and arresting protesters simply for falling over or trying to help those who have fallen. We have been, sorry, I'm really nervous right now because I tend to be the one in the background helping others, and I'm not used to being up front. But we have been called violent for advocating for and protecting our neighbors and communities. Over the last month, we have experienced violence at the hands of the federal agents abducting our loved ones and our neighbors. We have been tackled, beat, dragged, and arrested by our county and state police. We are calling for an end to the violence being perpetuated by Illinois State Police, which is being excused due to the protesting curfew. The curfew hours of 6 p.m. are not only brutally enforced, but they are unfair to the community members who want to express their First Amendment rights, but have other commitments that prevent them from being able to express their pain and anger to the ICE facility and agents during normal business hours. The people coming to support this movement come from all over the county. They come to protest the evil and cruel immigration and enforcement tactics ordered by President Trump and his administration. But they are not violent or escalated. They are passionate. They come with safety gear for fellow protesters, food for families ICE has torn apart. They come with costumes, bubbles, instruments, and stickers to bring joy. When the community tent collapsed Sunday morning due to the rain, they came together to rebuild, clean, and make it better than ever. The protesters from Broadview, Maywood, Chicago, New York, Rhode Island, and so many other places are here to show the world what is really happening at the Broadview ICE facility, not to perpetuate the violence we are protesting against. Showing the world the true cruelty of children being walked into the facility, the perp walks the ICE agents do, showcasing the men and women they kidnapped and injured, has become nearly impossible with the distance the protesters are forced to stand. We understand and respect the community's concerns about their peace and need to go about their lives. With consideration to the community, we are asking at minimum to extend the protest time to begin at 8 a.m. Ending at 9. We are requesting that at minimum, the distance between the protest zone on Beach Street and the ICE facility be greatly reduced to allow more space for the protesters and transparent
That's
the
your
world.
time.
The truth behind
Thank
the facility.
you.
Thank you.
Next for public comment is Amanda Tovar.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Amanda Tovar, and I was the one that filmed Pastor Black getting hit in the forehead with the rubber bullet. I was there that evening. I saw everything. I witnessed everything. There's people in this room that were with the pastor when it happened. When I got there, I witnessed agents hitting people on the ground who were doing nothing. They weren't even coming out of the gate. They weren't stopping anybody. And I witnessed from the roof the agents that were aiming and just very carelessly shooting downward and hitting people below. I was also hit with pepper balls, and everything has been recorded, everything's been documented. I made a police report here. It's thoroughly documented. When they opened up the gate, they deployed a smoke bomb or a flashbang, whatever it was, instead of on the ground, threw it into the air, and it hit me on my chest, over my heart. Up until a few days ago, my bruising finally just went away. I am a teacher, I'm a community member, I'm a friend, I'm a family, I'm a mother, I'm everything to my students. I work on the west side of Chicago. This is deeply personal to me. I'm not Antifa, I'm not a hired person. I started work at 7:35 this morning, and I dropped off my daughter and came here because it's important what we're doing here. There's a community amongst us here, and this touched me, how many people are there every day, whether the camera's here or not. You all are making a big difference, and I'm sorry that this is happening to your community. I'm from Forest Park. I know small town feeling, and I know this is painful for your community as well. But the need for us to be here is so strong. People are getting hurt in this. I'm a regular person, and I've never experienced getting tackled around me and seeing people get hit by pepper balls. My car was hit with my daughter in it and my mother. I had a placard in the windshield so they knew it was a disabled vehicle, not a civilian vehicle. And they still hit the back of my car. I had to lie to my daughter and say a rock hit the car. This is not okay what they're doing. And the world needs to see what's happening. And I'm grateful for the people on the ground because you all are the ones that are recording it, showing what's happening, showing up every day. Social movements never change without people like you in this room. And I appreciate you all. And I want my students to know, if they're listening, wherever they are, I
Ms.
hear you,
Tovar,
and I
that's your
love you.
time. Thank you. Next is Ian Parry. Ian?
Hi there, I'm Ian. I'm one of the protesters who does have the privilege of leaving at night. And I recognize that as a privilege. I'm speaking here today because I feel like we are in a lose-lose situation. We, the protesters, are getting arrested, are getting clubbed, are getting brutalized. And meanwhile, resources are being drained from your town, being put towards trying to control us in some fashion. Our huge issue right now is the ISP. And unfortunately, there's no one here right now who's really representative of them. But while we are in this lose-lose situation, ICE has had their most productive weeks since the barricades came up. Operation Midway Blitz has been at its most productive. They have snatched more people in the past few weeks than they have the entire time they've been here. And right now, I am calling for unity amongst us, because our enemy is not the people of Broadview, or the mayor of Broadview, or the Broadview police, or even the Cook County Sheriff's Department. That's not who we're here to be fighting against. We have an issue with ICE. We are fighting against ICE. And that's it. I didn't come in here to make the people of Broadview's life more difficult. I came here to try and do what I can to stop what's happening in that building. So let's work together. Let's realize that we both have a common enemy here. To that end, Mayor, I would like at the end of this meeting tonight for you to just reiterate exactly what the rules are for protesting right now. Because we have been operating in this gray area on a few issues that have led to us getting clubbed by the ISP. So that way, everyone's on the same page, we know what we can legally do here, and we can fight the good fight by the book. I yield my time.
Thank you. Next is Mel Espinoza.
Greetings to the mayor, constituents, activists who are here in this chamber. My name is Rabbi Michael Benyosa, human rights activist, anti-violence activist in Chicago. I am one of the members of the coalition against the Broadview ICE facility. Myself and others are here to be on record to stand on business. And that business is to publicly denounce the executive orders unleashed against our peaceful protesters. Mayor Katrina Thompson, why are you standing in our way? Our fight is not with you, but our fight is against the inhumane human trafficking of ICE. Last week, the mayor and Illinois state leaders held a press conference to compare the legal fence to like the Berlin Wall. Although the fence is down, the fence against peaceful protesters is up. Mayor Thompson, bring down the fence against peaceful protesters. Mayor, your executive orders have been compared to the Broadview facility that we are demanding to be shut down. How is that? Just like the Broadview ICE facility is illegal, your executive order is illegal. Your executive order kettles protesters as a trap, just like the building is a trap for human beings. Your executive order is unsafe for protesters. God forbidding a medical emergency should happen. That facility is unsafe for human beings, being kids who are in cages and families who are ripped apart. Your executive order seeks to divide us to do the work. This coalition is to build together and stand on business and bring a better day tomorrow. All in all, we demand the abolish ICE now. This is what democracy looks like, and this is what democracy looks like. Amen.
Thank you. Next is Demarius Cliff.
Hi, my name is Damaris. I have been volunteering at Broadview for the last few weeks, and honestly, I've met a lot of you that are in here, and I can't thank you enough for continuing to show up. I was going to speak on, you know, the violence that we've felt at the hands of ISP, the violence that we've felt at the hands of ICE, and how they compare. But honestly, Connor came in this last week. I've never met him before, and it's like he was there forever. When our tent fell down, I was just so overwhelmed from the night before and us getting beat up and so many of our friends getting arrested that it was too much to try to rebuild it. And I turn around a few hours later and Connor and other volunteers are cleaning and they're rebuilding the tents, and then I show up today and it's brand new and it's better, and it's absolutely amazing. And Connor is a Broadview resident. He grew up here. I didn't. I grew up in New Jersey. I just drive here every day and do my best to support anyone I can. And so I think it's more important that I read the rest of Connor's speech. So what the rest of Connor's speech reads: once again, I stand in front of leaders that have done nothing but keep things peaceful and lead such a powerful, intriguing, informational, and passionate protest in a community that has too much history to be plagued with the thoughts of ICE, federal agents, and what they're doing behind those closed doors. There was no need for excess force like I've seen, to put fears in the eyes of the community day after day, as well as operating while breaking laws and intimidating our community. My grandfather shouldn't have to shut his blinds every morning because he's upset with what they are doing in a community he helped build since 1973. There is a need for justice in our community, including removing the barriers and the curfew that they have instilled on our peaceful protest. It scares our people and is not what Broadview stands for. I remember growing up in this community when people are outside saying hello to each other, not hiding because ICE could possibly arrest them with malice. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Henry Pauser.
Mayor Thompson, my name is Henry Pariser. I live behind that disgusting facility on Beach Street in Westchester, right on the other side of that tracks, and I'm here to express my outrage over your executive order restricting protesting hours outside the ICE facility. This decision is nothing short of an attempt to silence public dissent and limit visibility for those exercising their constitutional rights to protest. Your justification for this restriction no longer holds any weight. The protest area has already been moved out of a residential neighborhood on 25th and into an industrial zone, an area with no homes, no disruption to daily life, and no valid reason to suppress activity and only allow it during daylight hours. The only effect of this order is to make it harder for the public to see and hear what's happening, effectively burying voices that you apparently would rather ignore. This kind of action This kind of action undermines trust in local leadership and sets a dangerous precedent that government can curb expression whenever it becomes inconvenient. Peaceful protest is not a nuisance, it's a constitutional right. I strongly urge you to immediately rescind this order and stop using executive power to silence the very people you're supposed to represent, Mayor.
Thank you. Next is Melanie Villanova.
Hello, Mayor Katrina Thompson. I first want to apologize for messing up your name the other day during the press conference. I was really nervous. It was my first time ever doing that. I'm actually a Bellwood resident, and this facility does lay on the edge of Broadview, which does affect Bellwood and Westchester too. So one of the main things that I am here for is because of the infringement of our First Amendment right. And so I am here to go ahead and remind you, just in case you forgot what it says. So in our Bill of Rights, government, for the Article 1, First Amendment right, the government shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances, which is exactly what we are doing when we are protesting against the ICE facility. Now, I understand that the ICE facility has been there for a while inside of Broadview, but the conditions were never like the ones that we are seeing currently. I personally know people who have been detained in that facility, and even they have expressed how the conditions are completely inhumane now. I mean, they weren't great before, but to the extent that it is now, that is why we are protesting every single day, because our civil rights are being infringed upon, and the civil rights do not end with US citizenship. It applies to everybody who is on American US soil. And so I urge you to please represent the people, because we're not enemies. We are here to work together, because united we are stronger. And honestly, it's not about this community or that community. We are all one big community, because we are all part of the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Daniel Saus. Slaus.
Good evening. Thank you very much. I just wanted to start off by saying this village, I've only been here since the protests, but it's a beautiful village. You guys have a wonderful chief of police. You guys, all of your police have been absolutely wonderful to talk with, to interact with, and work with.
Thank you.
My concern is with the two executive orders that place the time restriction and the barricades, specifically because when I came out here, it was to document the ICE facility. It's a processing center, so obviously detainees should not be held there for more than 12 hours. And one of the things that we were doing was recording people going in and trying to record them as they were leaving. Obviously, us being so far back and having time restrictions have made that almost impossible unless you have a really, really good camera to zoom that far in. And I just would like to see that change very much. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Monica Brislin.
Alrighty, this is my first ever city council meeting. This is very exciting.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to address you, Katrina Thompson and Chief.
It's Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Thank
you. Like other people have reflected, the Broadview Police Department have been nothing but good to us. From what I've heard, I've not heard a single story of police brutality out of the Broadview Police Department, so I just want to go on the record and say that. I very much appreciate their service and them trying to handle such a chaotic situation. I mean, it's a small village of 8,000 people. The federal government, I feel, specifically targeted this community because they knew it would be an easy place to attack due to lack of resources. So the main reason why I wanted to speak today is just the restriction of the First Amendment. I feel like the curfew is a violation of our First Amendment. A lot of us, like we've reiterated, work full time during the day. Me personally, by the time I get off of work and get down here, I maybe have 20 minutes to protest before the curfew takes place. And I also have some legitimate concerns that I've seen this week. After curfew time, I saw one night 2 ambulances leaving the facility after protesters were asked to disperse, which is a huge concern. I also experienced what looked like the Illinois State Police searching family members' cars, trying to get to the facility, trying to get information after the curfew took place. So my request is that we cut the curfew times, we stop the freedom of speech zones, because that's unconstitutional in and of itself, and that people should be able to bear witness and record what is going on. This is such a crazy time in history. We should have the right, at minimum, to record what is going on, the atrocities being committed against our community. And like other people have said, we've been brutalized first by ICE and now by the Illinois State Police. I mean, what happened to us on Saturday was insane. We're peaceful protesters. It's a national day of protesting, and we get beat up for staying after 6 p.m. I would maybe understand if it was in correlation with the city noise ordinance, but it's not even in correlation with the current noise ordinance. There's no residential houses on that street, and it's literally just businesses. It's a dead-end street. Beach Street is not being used at all for ICE to transport people in or out. That is only 25th Avenue now. So I just wanted to point out that fact. I mean, we're all here just putting in time and trying to document what's going on. We're trying to help the community. We don't want to cause any issues. So with that, I yield my time.
Thank you. Next is Megan Siegel.
everyone. I'm a small business owner in a neighboring town. I grew up all over this area. What is happening to our community, our town, our country is devastating. Devastating is not a strong enough word, but it's the one I'll use for now. I've been coming to exercise my First Amendment right, a right that is heavily under attack now more than ever, for weeks now. What deeply concerns me in this moment, and the reason I'm here tonight, is the plot of our protest is getting lost and blurred with the constant onslaught of side issues being created to stand in our way. Created by the state police instigating and agitating crowds, and by the state police and the village of Broadview constantly changing, adding, and enforcing new rules and regulations on our First Amendment right. Mayor, with respect, I understand you have a duty to your constituents, but you also have a duty as an elected member of government to uphold the Constitution. Every small act of yielding is another win for fascism. This is only continuing to aid in the Trump regime's authoritarian takeover. By doing so, you are assisting in stripping away the Constitution and our democracy. So I stand here today and I ask you to be brave. Be brave enough to not capitulate and not bend the knee to authoritarianism, to not be complicit in the eroding of our democracy. Stand with us, not against us. Allow us to protest freely, free from a curfew and free from concrete barriers. Because together is the only way we, the people, defeat this disgusting display of inhumanity. That I yield my time.
Thank you. Next is Wendy C. Wendy C. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is, can I adjust this? Thanks. My name is Wendy Cherry. I'm a long-term resident. Actually, I've always lived in Cook County. As the president of our Cook County Board of Commissioners, Tony Preckwinkle mentioned earlier this evening, this is a shameful time in American history. This is absolutely shameful. Do you know what else is shameful? Limiting our freedom of speech. It is shocking that Mayor Thompson's recent executive order is contributing to this shameful time in America. How is it, Mayor, that you feel justified to limit our freedom of speech? Your limit of our rights without proper legal justification and during a time when we need it most. Please let us know how you are protecting us over ICE. And please don't discredit those of us who do not reside in Broadview. We are here united for all the people. Thank you.
Well, that concludes public comment. So now, Mr. Clerk, what's next on the agenda?
Next on the agenda is item 12, Village President's Report, Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. So, good evening. Before I jump into my president report, I have some friendly reminders. Our senior snow removal applications are available and they are due on or before November 14th. As we approach the holiday season, the Village of Broadview remains committed to caring for our families and neighbors, especially during these uncertainty of times. With the ongoing federal government shutdown affecting many households, we are stepping up to ensure that no one in our community goes without the essentials they need. We are hosting a Broadview Food and Baby Essential Drive to support families in need. Donations of non-perishable food items, baby formula, diapers, wipes, and hygiene products are welcome and deeply appreciated. Every contribution helps us extend compassion and stability to those who may be facing financial hardship. Items can be dropped off at the Village Hall, the Broadview Fire Department, and the protested medical site on Lexington. In partnership with Broadview Baptist Church, we are also supporting their clothing drive this week. Drop-off days are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The giveaway days are Thursday and Friday of this week, same times. The address at Broadview Baptist Church is 2100 South 25th Avenue. So, for the most part, I'm doing well. My doctor told me this morning my blood pressure is like that of a teenager, and that was good news for a Monday. I have so much gratitude for all the love and kindness that has been shown to me from both Broadview residents and for those who don't live here. Your cards, your emails, your words of encouragement have become a new foundation of strength for me. They remind me why I continue to serve with purpose and compassion. Your support keeps me grounded, focused, and determined to stay the course, to see the mission through to the very end. From the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. Now, since the ICE facility is in Broadview, and it is on my watch as mayor, I've seen firsthand how deeply rooted hate can be. The emails I receive remind me that racism is just a relic of the past. It's still alive in the systems, the uniforms, and even the silence of those who should know better. When someone writes, "We are your police officers, your firefighters, your lawyers, your judges," as a threat, it confirms that too many of us already know that the very institutions meant to protect us have been used to persecute us. For over 400 years, Black Americans have carried the unbearable weight of injustice. For 4 centuries of legislative hatred, terror, and exclusion, yet we never burned down this nation. We built it. Our ancestors were the moral backbone of labor force that made America possible. Even as our humanity was denied, we watched our leaders assassinated, our churches bombed, our sons lynched, our daughters violated, and our communities redlined, and still we prayed. We marched. We believed in the promise of America, and when America refused to believe in us, at every turn we were met with betrayal, denied justice, denied safety, denied equal pay for equal work, and still we fought in every war in this country, waged wearing a uniform that didn't protect us from the noose when we came home. Even today in 2025, we're still fighting to prove our votes should count equally under the law, that our lives matter, that our peace matters, and that the village of Broadview matters. And yet, I remain a believer of deliverance. The same God who freed Israel after 430 years of bondage hears our cries too. Judgment is not ours, but his. This country has more than enough time to correct itself, and still it refuses. In the village of Broadview, we value unity, justice, and compassion, but we also value respect. Respect for our residents who call this community home, for the businesses that sustain our local economy, and for the children whose education and safety must always come first. We all support the cause of freedom and fairness, yet not at the cost of our peace of mind, our well-being of our neighbors, or the future of our children. Our small, predominantly Black but strong community has worked tirelessly to create a place of stability and pride. We welcome peaceful dialogue, but we will not accept chaos disguised as justice. We know the difference between genuine advocacy and performative outrage. We are not fooled. We are not silent. Broadview stands for dignity, safety, and respect for all who live, work, and raise their families here. We want freedom. We want justice. We want equality, nothing more, nothing less. We don't seek revenge, only what the Constitution already promised. In Broadview, I stand firm because peace without justice is not peace at all. Hate will not drive me from my purpose, but make no mistake, God is watching and judgment is certain. I may not always get the peace I deserve, but I will keep standing for what is right for my people, for my community, and for the soul of this nation. The goal is to close the ICE facility in Broadview. As the mayor of the village of Broadview, I want to be clear. The goal is to see the ICE facility closed, not relocated, not expanded, but closed. This facility has stood as a reminder of division, pain, and fear in our community. It has brought disruption to our residents, unease to our neighbors, and tensions to our businesses. No community should be asked to bear the burden of federal operation that compromise local peace and contradict the values of justice and humanity we hold dear. Broadview has always stood for fairness, compassion, and opportunity. We are a village that invests in our children, protect our residents. We welcome those who come in peace, but our community should not be the backdrop for detention, deportation, or despair. The closure of the ICE facility is not just a political issue, it's a moral calling. It reflects our commitment to dignity, safety, and unity. It's about reclaiming our village purpose and ensuring Broadview remains a place where families can thrive without fear, where children can learn without disruption, and where justice aligns with love and humanity. We will continue to stand firm, focused, and faithful on this side of history until the doors of that facility are permanently closed and our community and our state can finally begin to heal. This week reminded me that leadership is about listening to the protesters, to the officers, to the mothers and fathers on both sides of the fence. It's about seeing the humanity in everyone, even when it's hard. So I ask you to continue to pray for Broadview, for the detainees, for the officers, and for the families, and for our nation. Let's keep standing for what is right. Let's keep believing in peace. I listen to you all, and I demand the respect that you listen to me. And if you choose not to do that, I'm going to ask you to leave. I have the floor. Thank you. Let's keep believing in peace, justice, and dignity. Let's keep loving our neighbors, all of our neighbors, because at the end of the day, we live here, we love here, and we are Broadview strong. So let me address some of these public comments because I resonated with some of them. So I look at a whole bunch of footage, videos, photos, and I see one when we talk about the protesters. And I believe in democracy, and I believe in protesting, but I also believe in the safety of my community. And that's why the executive order is going to stay in place, because one more outburst, and I'm going to ask for those folks to leave, because I'm trying to get through being respectful to you. I listen to you, and I'm asking for the same respect. And if you can't give me that, then you need to leave. So when I look at photos, I see a photo of a young man. He has a sign up that says, "Give us liberty or give us death." But also on the rooftop of his car is a case of beer. This is what we have to face. Aggression. Okay, those that still want to, just ask them to leave. Just ask them to leave. Because I listen to you all intentionally. I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
Need a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Been motioned by Trustee Miller, seconded by Trustee Abraham. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing no opposition, this meeting is hereby adjourned at 7:40 p.m. Thank you all. Have a good evening.